Hey, it's Mike Brennan. We're actually experimenting with some new programming where we do very short interviews with newsmakers. And I have one of those today, Ara Topouzian. Did I
Yep,
get that right?
you
I,
did.
all right, second try. He is the executive director of the Michigan Venture Capital Association, which I wouldn't say I've been affiliated with, but I've certainly been covering, oh gosh, for at least 20 years. And so they have a big event coming up, and I'll let you explain everything rather than me
Yeah.
messing it up. So go ahead,
Yeah,
Ara.
no, I appreciate the opportunity, Mike. So on September 28th, in downtown Detroit at the Fillmore, Detroit, to be exact, we will have our MVCA annual awards dinner. And so we've been doing this awards dinner now. This, I think, is our 16th year that we've done this. We have tickets that are on sale. We're selling tickets until the 15th of September. And again, it's on September 28th. It's a great opportunity for a number of reasons. One, it sort of, we help convene the ecosystem at one big event. And it's really a kickoff event for the fall because there's so many nice other events that deal with the investor and entrepreneurial community that are going to be taking place and throughout October and November. So I look at this as the dinner is kind of the kickoff to event season, we like to affectionately call it. And what we do at the dinner, Mike, is, I mean, there's a lot of networking. It certainly goes on. There's a full dinner that people get, and then we really honor the ecosystem. And so we've got a number of different awards. One could be for the Entrepreneur of the Year award. There's a Community Impact Award. We're going to do capital events for both VC funds and portfolio companies, up and coming company of the year. And then also we've got a lifetime achievement winner that we can announce now, which is Skip Sims. And you and I are friends of Skip's, and Skip has been part of Ann Arbor Spark for a lot of years, and then certainly with the Michigan Angel Fund, and he's still with the fund. And so we're going to honor him. He retired earlier in the year, so we'll be honoring him that evening. So it's a great opportunity to come out. We've only got 200 tickets. We've got probably about 50 seats left, to be quite honest. So they're selling fairly quickly. So we want people to come. It's a good way to meet the investor community. It's a good way to meet entrepreneurs. It's a fun event.
And we were discussing before we started shooting here, and I mentioned that for me, it's like old home week. I
Yeah,
know a lot of these people, but I don't see them in the flesh very often, maybe once or twice a year. So I'm so busy shaking hands and talking to everybody. It's really a
right.
great event. And if anybody really, and although angel investing is a small part of the MVCA, there's a lot of people out there that are high net worth individuals that are debating, do I really want to get into that? And
Yeah.
it's a crapshoot. You don't get the payoff on every investment, but if you hit that big one, it could be a big deal, right?
No, absolutely. And so we'll have angel investors and angel networks represented at the dinner as well. And to your point, Mike, they are part of our membership, and they're an important part of the ecosystem as well. In many regards, they're the really the first boots on the ground investing in entrepreneurs. So yeah, come to the dinner and catch up with people. I think you're going to be there too, so that'll be good for you.
Absolutely. Also, want to mention you just came out with your report, which I published on Wednesday. I it was an embargo, so I sat on it, but I put it in my newsletter that went
Great.
out on
Thank you.
Wednesday. And well, the rest of the country, in terms of venture capital, maybe slowing down a little bit or a little underperforming. Michigan's actually doing quite well, right?
Yeah, I mean, comparatively, I mean, I think there's some consistency with Michigan over these last few years. I mean, we're not breaking records. The report that you're referencing is 2022 data. So we knew it was going to be a bit different from 2021. Things have certainly slowed down for a variety of reasons, but my big takeaway from the report is, to your point, when you're comparing it to a national level, we're still resilient. Maybe not record-breaking numbers, but I mean it's very steady. And we're in some hard times for this economy, and inflation and whatnot. So fundraising is challenging for a lot of our members. And then there's still a need for early stage funding for entrepreneurs. The seed, pre-seed stages are quite important. We need to see more of that. So we highlight all that in the report. We did a video presentation that's on our YouTube channel. It's also, there's an audio version for on our podcast through Michigan VC Talk. And so they can kind of catch some of the highlights there, but they can go to the website and take a look at the report, and you can download that as well.
All right. So how do folks, if they want to get a ticket for your big event on the 29th, how do they do that?
So the best way is probably two ways. One would be to go to our website, MichiganVCA.org, and go to our events page, and there is a link for that. If you run into some difficulties, certainly I'm happy to take an email. And my email is ara@michiganvca.org.